Welcome to Get Your Digital On, where life is tech and tech is life, and Foursquare check-ins from strip clubs can result in separation and divorce. Just a tip. PC World released a report titled 21 Signs You've Been Spoiled Rotten by Technology, because apparently some folks just don't get it. What was that? A sweater? Speaking of reports, Brian Solis released a report of his own asking the question, is social media burnout imminent? Damn Skippy if you hang out with folks like these two. Emily Hickey asks, is your startup in a good neighborhood? My neighborhood's a bit like San Andreas, so I don't know, Emily. Is it? As we proceed to give you all the tech you need, my showstopper on Google giving us totally free phone calls. I'll get your mind right with Life Jennings as we talk two-way to 2010. My Mission Impossible, taking your browser experience from one screen and on to the next. These gems and my last call for alcohol. Get your digital on next on Fusebox TV. Welcome to Get Your Digital On. All this technology, where life is tech and tech is life. And I know the biggest issue in tech in the last decade, we here at Get Your Digital On would like to know. My showstopper today comes from Google, and I'm curious if I'll ever be able to top this one. Google is now offering free, yes I said free, phone calls to anyone with internet access and of course a Gmail account in these United States. The phone function shows up in Gmail right above the chat contacts. Funny thing is, in an article published by Reuters in 2006, Google CEO Eric Schmidt predicted this same thing. Look out, telecoms. You guys are not going to be jerking me and my friends for outrageous phone bills anymore if Google has anything to do with it. And we won't buy the milk if we could get the cow for free. I always wanted to say that. More on Google Call the Phone at gmail.com and getyourdigitaloN.com. This week's Get Your Mind Right takes me to the home and studios of Life Jennings to have a conversation I call From Two-Way to 2010. Let's take a look. This segment of Get Your Mind Right, we have a very special guest, Jesus Swings recording artist, Mr. Life Jennings.
What's happening?
Well, I'm actually calling this section From Two-Way to 2010 because the two-way pager was actually the first introduction to technology and urban music. Did you have a two-way?
Yeah, I had a two-way.
Like most people don't remember, Just Blaze became a big producer through the two-way. You remember that? All the biggest ringtones on the two-way was Just Blaze.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's how he got big. Making joints on the two-way, and then it turned into a whole nother thing.
That was back in the day with beepers.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But I mean now, you know, in what we call a social space, it's a lot different. So I know, you know, there's no more fan mail, but there's everything on Twitter, there's Facebook pages, there's all of those things. How do you, I mean, how does that affect you in terms of you moving forward and putting out records and all of that in terms of technology?
Well, I guess from a media standpoint, you know, it gives you a broader range of ways to market your music. So I think it's great in that essence. But on the negative side of it, I think it makes it that much easier for somebody to share your music and you not be able to eat off of it.
Right.
You know?
What do you? What's your connection? Do you see a difference in your connection with your fan base now that there is a social space? Now that people can reach you on Twitter? Now that people can, you know, see your Facebook fan page or your MySpace page? Is there a difference with how you interact with your fans now?
I think it's definitely a difference how I interact with my fans. I mean, it's up close and personal because I'm on my Twitter all the time. You know, I like it. It's a way for me to stay in touch with my fans. But at the same time, like, I think that a lot of my fans, the majority of my fans, probably range from 24 and up. So I think that those guys, maybe the bottom of it from 24 to 29, but you know, with the older cats, they don't really use like Twitter and Facebooks and stuff like that, you know? So I got to go touch them, you know, the time-proven ways, you know?
Now you said something earlier. We was a little earlier. We was off camera, and you was actually talking about iTunes and iTunes selling your music.
Right.
Talk about that a little bit.
Well, I think iTunes definitely do a great job at what they do. I think they enhance artists to some point, but I think at the same time it also cheapens the music to where a person would have went and bought an album. They might only buy a couple of songs that they hear on the radio that they like.
Right.
You know, yeah. So I think that we definitely got to try a different approach because I'm trying to sell albums and not just singles because my works are usually more about albums.
Right.
You know.
All right, and then lastly, I want to ask you if there was one piece of technology that you couldn't live without, which one would it be?
One piece of technology I could not live without. My BlackBerry, really. You know, I mean, just being able to, conversate with people over your emails and just, touch them real quick. I don't think I could live without that because I don't like talking on the phone.
All right, and can you talk a little bit about like the album, the Jesus Swings? I don't know if you got a single choice yet or.
Right. We actually just about to get into the first single. It's called Statistics. It's just about, the women say it's only 10% of men out here who actually worth having. And so I try to give them my view on how not only to find that 10%, but then how to keep that 10%. Jesus Swing is my label, we spoke about earlier. I had a great thing happen. I finished my contractual obligations to Sony, and I got a lot of other offers. And as I was sifting through them, Warner Brothers came along and said, hey, it's a new age.
Right.
Why don't you just sign yourself to your label and we'll sign your label?
Wow.
And that's really how it jumped off. And it's a great experience. I definitely have to spend more money out of my pocket and have to use the staff that I have, but I think the rewards are greater.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we a big fan, Life Jennings fan. We from the hood. The whole Get Your Digital crew, we from the hood. So we just want to let you know we appreciate you, man. And thanks for being on the show, man.
New album, Life Jennings, July 27th, man. Make sure y'all look out for that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, yo, what's going on? This your big homie Life Jennings right here. Please get your digital on.
More on Life Jennings and the new CD Statistics at myspace.com/LifeJennings.
Hey Daddy-O, my name is Shannon, and I was wondering if there's a way to continue my computer browsing on my mobile device.
Shannon, thank you for your question. And yes, there is. And of course, I'm going to show you the Android version. If the iPhone can't do this, then that's just sad. Chrome to Phone and Fox to Phone are apps that send a web page from your computer's browser straight to your phone's browser in seconds. Wait, I have my phone. Here's my phone. Let me show you. Okay. So I'll bring this over here. I'll type in a website, which is already there. So you guys see that site. I hit Chrome to Phone. Says send in the phone. Shows right up on my phone. Boom. Voila. More about Chrome to Phone at the Google Chrome extensions page and getyourdigitalan.com. So whether you're Chrome to Phone, making phone calls for free, or listening to the new Life Jennings CD, it will be best if you get your digital on. Fusebox TV, last call.
Studio.